tell me about Plan A.
Yes.
There is that ultimate goal.
Beautiful
that
Plan
when,
A. Yeah.
That when Georgia
Yeah.
gets there, she's happy and content. Hello everybody, we're here today with another great artist. Everybody,
Hi.
Georgia.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Thanks very much. Thanks for coming to the podcast.
Thank you.
When did you start your musical journey?
It's quite a mad one, to be honest. I've always been singing like primary school, like really young age. I've always been in like choirs and stuff like that in school. And we'd do like little busking in like John Lennon Airport we went to when I was in like year 3 or 4.
Wow.
And then we used to go to like the hospitals and like hospices and stuff. So we used to just do like little busking things, and then I'd get like the odd solo or something here and there, and that's kind of just how I found my way, to be honest. So it was always through school, and then secondary school as well. I spent a lot of time in like music departments and stuff, so I think it's through school, to be honest.
So what was that initial sparkle in your mind that you thought that this is it?
I think probably secondary school, when I was probably like, not even GCSE, it was probably A-level when I was, because I did music A-level. And I think it was when I was just studying that I realised I actually had a really like big passion for it. So I study music now as well in uni.
Okay.
So as well as the performance side, I'm quite a big like nerd in music, like music theory, classical music, stuff like that.
The theory. Okay.
I do, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm a bit scratchy on it at the moment, but I do enjoy it, yeah.
Okay.
So I think it was when I was studying it at A-level probably.
So what are you studying right now?
Right now I study music and popular music at Liverpool University.
Wow, sounds great.
So get a bit of both then as well.
How long have you been studying for right now?
I'm in second year now.
Second year,
Yeah.
so you got 1 more year.
Yes.
So how are you finding it? Do you think that the studying helped you to be a better musician?
I mean, through the contacts in university, like friends and other musicians and stuff, that's how I kind of found my way into like the live section of music, like gigging and stuff like that. So it was kind of, if I never had uni, I would have probably not found like the Liverpool music scene really as much as I did in school.
Wow.
So it kind of opened up that like scenario for me anyway. And then I'm not too sure, like I live at home in uni, so I have a different experience to everyone else. So I just commute there every day from home, and I still love it. I enjoy my studies, I really do. But I do think I've got it different to everyone else, sort of thing. I don't get the full uni experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me about your parents' reaction.
Yeah.
When you started showing some kind of an interest to music.
They think it's quite funny. Not one of my parents have like a musical bone in their body. I don't know where
you're
it comes
the first
from.
rule breaker in the family then.
Literally, yeah. I mean, my dad can play piano from ear. He doesn't like read music and stuff. Like,
So
give him
like
15 minutes.
Perfect pitch, or he just
I wouldn't say perfect
finds
pitch.
that, okay.
He's got like, he can play a couple songs on piano.
Wow.
So he's got a little smidge of music.
So without even knowing the actual song.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
yeah.
crazy.
So I think I'd probably get something from that direction anyway, yeah. But we laugh about that all the time because it kind of just came from nowhere, to be honest.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you play any instrument?
Yeah, so I play guitar and piano. I kind of grew up with piano lessons, basically just learning music theory and chords and stuff and scales. And then I've not actually ever had a guitar lesson, but that's my go-to instrument these days. So in lockdown, I kind of just picked it up and went from there.
Since you brought it up, tell me about lockdown and the time that obviously we had COVID around. So what was your experience? How did you find it and how did you cope?
My musical career wasn't a big thing in lockdown. It's when I literally just picked up a guitar.
Okay.
So I wasn't, like I studied music at school, but I never thought it would really go anywhere. I was actually thinking of going into like English or politics or something at first. So I wasn't really sure of my future career. In lockdown, I hadn't like applied to universities yet and stuff, so I had no idea where it would take me. But I did pick up a guitar in lockdown. I just had like an acoustic laying around. So I am really thankful for lockdown because that's where it kind of stemmed from, to be honest.
That's a kind of turning point for you.
It was.
Wow.
I had nothing else I remember it was my 17th birthday during lockdown in March, and we had nothing to do. Like all the takeaways were closed and everything. We couldn't even get like dinner for anywhere. So we cooked dinner and I sat around and I just like kind of taught myself guitar. I had nothing else to do. It's my birthday in lockdown. So yeah, I picked up a guitar and then from there it just stemmed, to be honest.
Wow. So as you know probably yourself, that music career is, I think it's fair to say that it's such an unstable kind of career,
yeah.
right? Mm-hmm. So what makes you sure about like following this kind of a career?
I think about this a lot, to be honest. So growing up, I actually I did a lot of musical theatre. So I was in like a performance school and stuff. My mum always used to say, like, just make sure you've got a backup plan. That's all she used to say.
Ooh.
Obviously, it's good to have foundations.
Okay.
So I've always stuck by my mum, and I've always said I need a backup plan. So at the moment, if all else fails, I think after uni, I've got my degree and I'm going to go be a teacher and teach music.
In music.
Because originally that is what I wanted to do before I found like the live music scene. Because I just like to give my passion to someone else, sort of thing.
Okay.
And my music teachers really did inspire me. I actually went back to the school recently and I just saw them all and did a little set for them, played for them. That was great, yeah.
It's cool to catch up.
Yeah, it was, yeah. So I think I will go back into teaching or something, maybe, yeah.
So you have a plan B now?
Pretty much, yeah. I think so.
Plan B. Some people don't really consider it as a plan B. Some people maybe look at it from a different angle or different perspective.
Yeah.
And they say it's not so much as a plan B, it's just something that as long as I am in the music industry, I'm happy to like carry on.
And that as well, yeah.
Okay.
I've kind of got this mindset where at the moment I don't think about any negatives at all, like just naturally, like I just think, well, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it right. Like, I'm going to do it professionally and I will do it, do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You kind of got to have, like, that manifestation sort of thing. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, if you think about the negatives, then they'll happen, do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Tell me about plan A.
Yes.
There is that ultimate goal.
Beautiful plan A.
That when Georgia gets there, she's happy and content.
There's so many options you could go down, really. I mean, when we think about success in the music industry, if we're talking about like very success, I assume pop star sort of vibe, Grammys, all that sort of stuff. And obviously you don't expect that from yourself, like especially me growing up in like little Liverpool, like side town, do you know what I mean? So I'm not too sure where it's going to take me. Just as long as I feel successful in myself, then I'm happy. So I guess personal goals sort of thing. So like wherever that may take me, maybe a tour one day, something like that, I'll be happy with that.
So what does success mean to you? Success.
It's different to everyone, it really is.
Yeah, absolutely.
With me, I don't know, it's just if I get excited about it, then it's success to me. So I got a gig offer for Leeds next week and I was so excited. I've never done a gig outside of Liverpool before. To me, that's success because I was really excited about it. Same with a Manchester gig at the end of the month. I was like, oh, success. Like, because if I'm excited about it, then I guess it's going in the right direction.
Take me into your planning process.
Okay.
If you want to explain maybe last 3 years of the planning that you've done to follow your career. What are the main points that you've done?
I think just like for planning, you've always got to have something on the side, I think. So like I've got a part-time job as well now, which keeps me going for my music. So my music's more of like a hobby sort of thing at the moment and basically a side job essentially. So I've got my part-time job, my uni, and then a gigging on the side. So I don't know, I feel like you've got to be wary of how you're planning things at the moment in the music industry because it is such an unstable industry. You've got to like watch, I guess, like yourself and like don't expect grands and grands of money at the moment because that's not kind of where it goes.
Right?
Yeah, that's not kind of where it goes when you're an independent musician. But hopefully sometime in the future, if you stick to like working towards something and take opportunities as well. Any opportunity that comes your way, take it. It gets your name out there. It's promotion for you. It's promotion for other people. It's
be a yes man. Have you seen that movie?
Which?
Yes Man.
No.
Was it Jim Carrey? I mean, I'm absolutely
I'm so bad with movies.
I'm absolutely crap with names. There's like literally this movie, I think Jim Carrey is the lead actor and he just says yes to every single opportunity.
I have actually.
I mean, be open to new opportunities.
Yeah, definitely.
Right? Going back to the plan B, okay?
Yeah.
Why would you even start or have the idea of a plan B in your mind?
Probably just for security, I guess.
Is that financial security?
Bit of both, really.
Okay.
Like, you've got to, at the end of the day, you've got to worry about your finances in the future and stuff after
100%.
uni. You've got to have a sort of plan for after uni. Everyone worries about anyway. So I guess it's just like a natural instinct. But then, even in my plan B, I'll still gig on the side and I'll still have a live as much as I can anyway. If I have any opportunities my way, I'll take them. So essentially, it's still doing what I love, just with a financial income, I guess.
So what should happen that you make this switch to be a full-time musician?
I'm kind of picturing, after uni, everyone's graduated, and all I've got is a waitressing job and sometimes gigging on the side. It depends how much I'm in the industry at the moment, gigging and stuff. So if that's kind of at an all-time low, I guess that's when I'd switch over. And then any opportunities that come my way, then I'd take them.
Have you released any songs so far?
I have.
Okay.
Literally a week tomorrow.
Wow.
So I've just released it. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So on the 3rd
Your
of
first
March.
single?
First single, yeah.
Wow, amazing. What's it called?
Sunflower Still Growing Dark.
Everybody, I'm going to put the links down in the description. Make sure you go there, click on it and have a listen.
Thank you.
When you wanted to release it, did you have a release strategy?
Honestly, right, it was my first release and I'm a stress head. I panic so much about everything, and you can ask my producer Joe the amount of times I was on the phone saying, but what about like this cover art or like this like note in this, can I change it, do I do this? Like, so many times I was like stressing about stupid stuff that like no one's really gonna pay that much attention to. Like, it's the actual song itself and the message that you need to, I guess, focus in on.
So what do you do in terms of promotion?
Yesterday, I had a good idea of printing off the Spotify code. You know, when your phone scans the Spotify code?
Yeah.
And I just put them around town. Like, I just stuck them up,
Have you noticed, like, an increase in the number of streams?
So I did it yesterday and it's had a fair few streams since. Wow. So I'm hoping so, yeah. So I put them around like Bold Street and then, you know, like the vintage shops and stuff. So I was trying to find like my audience, where would they be? And I was thinking, where would I be? Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. So vintage shops and Bold Street and the different areas of town. I would never put them like city centre.
So when you want to release a song, you think about the target audience of like who is going to listen to this song?
Well, to be honest, my motive through releasing stuff, I kind of stuck by this, was like, I'm releasing this song for me and anything else is a bonus.
Okay.
Because music's obviously got me through a lot of stuff and I'm ecstatic to finally release it.
Okay.
And I guess anything that's a success really, like, is a bonus for me, and then anything else around is just a plus, I guess,
Sure. We're living in an era that the amount of data and information out there is just phenomenal.
Yeah.
And sometimes it can be overwhelming and we can be bombarded because the possibilities are just millions and billions.
Yeah.
So when is that stopping point that you say, okay, that's enough is enough?
Yeah.
Like, because you might be like changing things in the picture or changing the whole picture of the cover.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when is that a stopping point for you? They say, okay, enough is enough.
Yeah. I kind of just felt like this is right. So I kept going until I felt like it was right to release, sort of thing. So we just kept having, even Joey, producer, had sent me a load of ideas. I said, what about, we were voicing out into each other saying, well, what about this? What about that? And then at one point, it just come together. It's like it was meant to be, sort of thing. So we just kept going until it felt right. And then I was like, okay, I'm happy to release this. This feels like me. This feels like a song I've wrote, do you know what I mean? So, yeah.
Tell me, what's your relationship with social media?
Yeah. I love social media. I love it. Yeah.
How do you manage it? How do you manage your social media? What do you do? Do you keep posting like every day?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Or do you?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you do if it becomes overwhelming?
It does sometimes. It does. Say if you've got like a lot of gigs coming up and then you'll have like promoters and stuff saying, can you do us a little post and like just get the ticket sales up or something like that. So it's always a little bit overwhelming when it feels like it's like you've got to do it, do you know what I mean? But to be honest, like I handle all my social medias by myself. I have like my TikTok, which is just like my funny side, do you know what I mean? And then my Instagram, which has a bit of both, to be honest. I'll put like something funny up now and again, and then I'll do a little promotion. And then at the end of the day, it's my personal Instagram as well. So anyone
So you don't
like
have two different accounts. You don't have two.
I do, but I don't use the music one anymore. Really,
Okay.
it's all just on my personal.
Okay.
So I'll say like, "Happy birthday, mum! Come to me gig." Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
So it's like two separate things.
Why did you just like?
I don't know. You know, it just felt right to have everything in one place. People know where they can find me.
Do you feel any kind of pressure from social media that you have to look in certain way, say certain things, do certain things?
To be honest, not really.
Okay.
I've kind of, do you know what, growing up, I did when it was like, before like music and stuff like that, growing up, like social media played a big role in many of like my generation's like lives growing up, do you know what I mean? Because you had a certain standard you'd have to do, you'd have to post this selfie, like you look like this, do you know what I mean?
Okay.
So like social media as a whole has an effect on people. But then
100%.
when I kind of switched over to like, okay, I'm an artist now and this is what I'm representing, this is me, I've found myself more and I know exactly, which is what the song is kind of about, Sunflowers.
Wow.
So sunflowers still grow in darkness, you're getting through tough times and you can be yourself. So I've kind of learned I'm not going to live up to these standards because that's not me, I'm someone else.
Sure.
And yeah, that's kind of what I live by these days. Mm-hmm.
So if somebody comments online, right? Sometimes it's constructive, but sometimes it's not, right? How do you handle them?
So to be honest, I've been quite lucky on social media. I don't have much hate or like criticism and stuff like that. I don't get much of it. Probably will in the future when more people find my page or whatever, maybe. But at the moment, it's a good place. To be honest, like I'll have the odd message like, "Hi, why don't you try doing this instead for like promotion ideas?" And I'll be like, "That's a great idea, thank you." So to be honest, my social media is a safe space. To be honest, I like to think of it
Sounds good. Where do you think is the fine line that separates a musician who follows music as a hobby to a musician that follows music as a profession, as a career?
That's quite difficult to answer that. I'd like to think people who take it seriously as a career still see it as a hobby. That's in my case anyway. Like, I'm going full force in this career. If I make it, I make it. If I don't, I don't, sort of thing. And I'm just looking at the other side, the positive side. And I like to think it's still, like, I'll never wake up and go, "Oh, I've got that gig today." I always think, I've got that gig today. It's a blessing, really, do you know what I mean? So I'd like to think that people who take it seriously still see it as a hobby. And I know there's a lot about, like, I don't know, big, like, pop stars these days and, like, contracts and all that scary stuff. But people should just take that when they come to it. So I'm not even thinking about it.
Take it as it comes.
Yeah.
Rather than just thinking about, like, the far future.
Yeah.
Which can be overwhelming.
Just
and
think about now,
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. That's actually a very good strategy. I know a few people like approach it that way.
Yeah.
Tell me about your parents. Tell me about their roles. Of like, obviously they're the closest people to you, and what are their roles in supporting you in your career? What do they do? How do you do it?
I live with my mum. Just me and my mum in the house is great.
Okay.
We have a great time.
Okay.
She's like my rock, to be honest. Okay. She's always been the person to say, like, you know, you've got this voice, do something with it, essentially. And I always just thought, oh no, you know, other people, I know loads of people that can sing, I know loads of people that play guitar. She's always been like, go for it. But my mum's always had a very, like, good mind in terms of, like, she's smart. She'll always have a backup plan. She'll always think about, well, what about this, like, money or something, do you know what I mean? Like, she'll think about things that I don't. So it's good to have my mum there always because she thinks of the stuff that I don't. So yeah, she's the smart one.
So Georgia Johnson wants to collaborate.
Okay.
How do you find collaborators and network with others?
Say if I wanted to collab with an artist, maybe.
Okay.
I'd probably just reach out first of all, introduce myself. Hi, this is the type of music I'm into. I write indie pop, indie folk sort of stuff. Here's a demo. What are you suggesting? maybe. I've never actually done that before. I've not messaged anyone for a collab as of yet.
So how do you do it then?
I'm assuming if you just reach out to them and see what other people are thinking first. And then in music, it's important to bounce off each other. I've noticed that, say, even with like support acts and stuff, if you're playing a gig, it's important to network and get to know each other. It's really important to like bounce off each other, really. Yeah.
Tell me about some of the challenges that you faced in your life.
I went through a breakup not long ago.
Okay.
That was a challenge. Not so much the breakup itself, maybe like the relationship or how it come to an end, stuff like that.
Okay.
Finding myself again, I lost myself a lot, and the people around me kind of, just because I was pushing everyone away sort of thing. So that was when my music career took off. I only started gigging in October, just gone, because that's when the breakup happened, and I thought, right, I've got all this time now to just focus on myself rather than other people. How am I going to use this time?
Okay.
And then I realised what I wanted to do with my life, which was I want to get a platform, I want to be known essentially, and I want to get my music out there for my own sake. It was originally, and as I said before, anyone else is a bonus. So that's what I did. I started gigging, got in contact with me producer today, and we started working on the song for months and months and months, and here I am now.
Going back to the subject of social media.
Yeah.
You know, as a human being, when you see like a video got like 5,000 views or something, or somebody like 10 people commented on your post that you don't even know, you know, that engagement just creates some kind of a sugar spike in our bodies, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And do you get addicted to it?
So I think for Instagram, people are so like associated with like how many likes did this post get, how many comments is on it, you know, how many views did my story get. I've never really been like that. I don't care how many likes I get, because I have this thing where I feel like, you know, 15 people commented on my post and said I look nice. Imagine 15 people coming up to you in a room and telling you look nice all at once. You'd be so overwhelmed. So I take like 15 comments as quite a lot, do you know what I mean?
It is.
That's how I kind of interpret it into real life. And then TikTok, on the other hand, I love like trying to go viral. I can't, to save my life, I can't go viral. No one's interested. But I do think like, I wonder if this is going to get any views, what hashtags can I use to get more likes and stuff, just because I feel like that's more of like a let's go viral platform. TikTok, I think it's like more of a funny sense as well. Like my TikToks, I try and do them quite funny sometimes, just to show that side of me. Yeah, so I don't know, I think it's the platform that you're on. And then Twitter, I don't even have Twitter downloaded anymore.
Do you think it's important to be like on all different social platforms?
Not really.
From Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, there's so many of them as well.
There is loads. That's where it gets overwhelming, I think. As long as you've got your main ones where your listeners can find you and follow you, because even me being a listener to like some of my favourite artists, I love to know what they get up to. Like I listen to a singer called Lauren Hibbard, and I've listened to her for quite a few years now. I saw her support the Regrets in 2019, and then it's just kind of stemmed from there. And I love to know what she gets up to. She does like just videos like, oh, look what I'm doing today, and then like she'll show the band in sound check and stuff like that. I love just like little behind the scenes. So I take that as, if I've got any listeners, what they like to see me behind the scenes doing. So as long as you've got maybe 1 or 2 platforms to show that, and just kind of, I mean, for promotion purposes as well, obviously.
To put all your energy on those 2 platforms.
It's just showing you as a person, really. So a few platforms, but the likes of Twitter and stuff, I can't use.
There are so many of them, I think.
There is,
That's why, like, high-end kind of musicians, they have somebody to manage their social media because it can be overwhelming. And
one thing I do love is Facebook, though. I'm such a Facebook.
That's actually a very interesting thing.
Yeah.
So what do you think is the difference if you want to compare these platforms together? For example, what's the difference between Facebook and Instagram?
Facebook is purely for friends, I think. So it's more of like, hello mum's friends sort of thing I'd do at a gig. And then Instagram's like hello listeners, I guess.
Okay.
Like
more
audience.
like a portfolio.
It is,
okay.
Exactly. I've always said my Instagram's like a portfolio for myself. Always said that. So I do think Facebook is more for like family, friends, and just like keeping people up to date with like, I don't know, what you're doing.
If you weren't a musician, who would you be? Imagine music does not exist.
Maybe go into like writing in a sense. So
like
a lot of my
or...
songs are poetry before like the lyrics. So I think I'd still find a way to be creative. Now, I can't paint or draw to save my life, but I still enjoy doing it.
Okay.
So I wouldn't get very far with that. But
Sure.
I think maybe poetry or something, or if not, then I guess maybe politics or something. I've got quite an argumentative side with me, so I think I'd do good in like politics or something. Yeah.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah.
So what do you do to balance out life? So if you feel like a bit down, you feel depressed for whatever reason.
Yeah.
What do you do to pick yourself back up?
Do you know what? Life at the minute has been so hectic. It's been like between uni, between work, gigging, releasing a song. There's been loads. And I haven't really had a minute to sit down and be like, how am I feeling?
There you go, we can have a minute.
I know, yeah. I'm like, do you want to feel great? So I have just kept positivity through so much going on at the moment. But I'm thinking back to like maybe last year or something when I have like thought, how can I get through hard times and stuff? And it was genuinely just through music, it was. So like writing, even if the songs don't go nowhere, not even like TikTok, Instagram story, whatever, as long as you just write something, get it off your chest. That's always helped me.
So it's kind of an escapism and release for you as well.
Exactly, it is an escapism, and I guess it is for a lot of people as well, isn't it?
Sure. So what do you think is the next form of music consumption?
I mean...
Is it going to be in the air?
It could be Aaron these days. To be honest, I still use vinyls.
Wow.
And I still have, and I know a lot of people that do as well.
Oh yeah, like 100%. It's a very organic way of consuming music.
And it feels nice to have the music in your hands.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? Instead of just like, like in your ears, we're listening to music, but having a copy of physical music is just something I feel like humans will never get over, really. So I do think vinyl are going to stay for a while, if not get bigger.
Okay.
Because if you go into all like the shops nowadays, I'm thinking of like Urban Outfitters and stuff like that. And obviously HMV is still going strong as well.
Oh yeah,
so
100%.
Your physical copies of music is still going strong, I think, because Urban Outfitters have got like vinyl section and they have like record players and stuff as well. So I'm thinking, I think vinyl's going to stay. Maybe CDs make a bit more of a comeback because they've gone a bit on the down, I think, recently, haven't they?
Yeah,
Not many people use CD players anymore.
If you had a chance to go back in time, maybe like 5 years ago, and change one thing, what would that be?
I'd get guitar lessons. I really would.
Guitar lessons?
I'd start earlier.
Okay.
I would. Because I feel like I only really picked guitar up in the past 2 years. And I mean, I've always had singing lessons and I've known music theory, I've picked it up throughout the years and that, but like actually where I'm going right now, which is like gigging and stuff like that, the necessities I need for that, even like confidence building and stuff like that, a few dance lessons maybe on stage, I feel like I'd just start everything earlier and just get myself more prepared.
Tell me a few things that when you walk out of here today, you want to promise yourself. If it's a long-term goal, you want to start doing it. If it's a one-off kind of thing, you want to do it within the next few weeks.
Keep saying yes to opportunities.
Okay. Yes, man.
Yes, man. Do not let anything stop you. You can get the time off work, you can get the travel there, do you know what I mean? Whatever it is, you can do it. Essentially, there's always going to be a way, unless you literally can't. And then even then, maybe next time. Just always have a door open for opportunities. Because essentially, like, especially being like a small musician, that's what's going to get you somewhere, I think. It's just about making a name for yourself these days. So keep options open, I'd say.
Tell me 3 things that you're grateful for in your life.
Oh, friends. Love me mates. I really do. I am such a people's person. So that goes for like even my workmates who I spend a lot of time with. I love them. I love people on my course and stuff like that as well. I am grateful for family. My family have got me where I am today, definitely. They're the first people to give you a bit of inspiration, I think. So my sisters and my mum, I'm so grateful for. And my dog, I love my dog.
What breed have you got?
I've got about millions. So I've got 3 sausage dogs. They're my sisters,
Okay.
My sister's got
they run around your family then?
Yeah, so but it's just like a big pact of dogs at this point. It's crazy. 3 sausage dogs. I've got 2 Westies as of last week. We got another one. So it's essentially 6 dogs, yeah. And then I've got my own dog I got for Christmas when I was 7. She's half Westie, half Yorkie.
Wow.
Yeah, so she's 12 now, yeah.
12.
Yeah, to grow up beside her. So I'm grateful for her as well. She has got me through thick and thin. I didn't think a dog could, but yeah. And then I think the third one, I'd just say musicians in general. We bounce off each other. Even like the biggest pop stars, Harry Styles, you know what? He's the biggest inspiration ever. I love him, do you know what I mean? He worked in a bakery when he was, 16, something like that.
That's what it is.
It just shows you.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Exactly.
You know?
It just shows you that anything's possible, really.
Absolutely.
I mean, he has X Factor, like, I might go on that. Give it a try. You'll have to give it a try.
Why not?
Do you know what? I have thought about it, and I just thought I'd rather do it more purely.
What does that mean, purely?
Naturally. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather do it like, because say Harry Styles, when he went on like X Factor and that, he just got a following instantly. He had Simon Cowell, he had all his contacts and stuff.
Of course,
it's just picked it up.
That's a massive opportunity.
From the show, yeah. I feel like me getting to know people and then people offering me stuff and building my way up from friends and mutual friends and contacts, I feel like it's more rewarding. Not to say that like winning X Factor or coming third, whatever he did is like rewarding, because it is.
Georgia Johnson, last words.
First of all, thank you. Like, I would be nowhere if it weren't for listeners, followers, audience, that sort of stuff. And I know a lot of my fan base is like friends essentially, or people I know and stuff who genuinely like my music and want to hear more and stuff. So I mean, my gigs get a decent audience these days, and I know a lot of them because I befriend them, and I just like, it's lovely to have that sort of thing. It's a lovely environment, it really is. If I'm thinking about other musicians and stuff, just keep going, really, keep going. Do not think of those negatives. Don't think about, oh, what's my backup plan, stuff like that. Obviously, yeah, I have a backup plan, I do, but don't think about it. You don't need a backup plan right now. We're living in the moment, just go for it.
That's it.
That's what I'd say.
That's it.
Yeah,
that's it.
I think a lot of musicians would say the same as well.
Yeah, I agree. Everybody, Georgia Johnson, make sure you go down in the description. I'm going to put all the links to her social media down there and her new single as well. Make sure you go there, give her a follow, listen to her music, and let me know what you think. Georgia, thanks very much for coming. It was such a pleasure
to
have you on the podcast.
Thank you. I've had a great time.
Thank you.